popping, YouTube? Alright. Probably got a little bit of bad news. Not real bad news, but slightly. I don't consider it bad news. I consider it what needed to be done. So, if you read the title, you probably know what's going on. Alright, here's the situation. Had me and my mentor. I got some clips up of the ride. The beginning, I was out 2 days. And I'm gonna set up the whole situation. All right, I'm sitting there waiting on my mentor, right? He comes, well, a guy comes back. When he gets there, I see him and another dude come through. All right, so it's a mentor guy and then a dude right behind them. So while they come through, I'm looking like, okay, I guess that's my mentor. He's done with his hours, so he's picking me up. And it was another guy on the other side of the, sitting in the lobby place, not the lobby, but outside. He was on the other side, and he was waiting on a mentor, and he stood up. He said, "You my mentor?" Because he was ready to go. And he was like, "No, I got somebody else." So I'm thinking, oh man, I guess this is my dude right here. So the guy that was with him, following behind him, he stops, and then the mentor guy goes around the corner, I guess in the office, with, the head guys out at the terminal. So he probably goes around there, they do their little thing, and the guy that was with him, he stops and he looks at me and shakes his head like this. Already, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a language. Everybody got this type of language, but when a black dude see another black dude in public and you didn't even know each other, and you go like this, you already know the whole situation. You ain't even got to say nothing. I already know what you thinking. You know what I'm thinking and why this situation is the way it is. So I said, "What happened? What's up?" And mind you, I don't know this dude. I don't know nothing. I said, "What happened?" He go, "I can't do it. I can't deal with him." I said, "Damn, like for real? Like what he do?" He go, "Man, he just talk crazy. He's disrespectful, this and that." So I'm like, damn, like hopefully he ain't my dude. You know what I'm saying? Like hopefully I don't have to go with him already off the top of my head. And so I'm already going, man, hopefully he ain't drop him off and then they gonna send me out with him, because I was waiting on somebody else. He was supposed to be gone. He wasn't even supposed to be picking me up. The dude that was supposed to be picking me up never showed up. So he came back first. So they were just like, boom, here you go. Go ahead and take him. And then we can get this other mentor when he gets back to take somebody else. So I guess that's what they did. And he comes back out. "Yeah, how you doing?" I meet him. And then we go sit in this little break room area. And we talking iPhones, and he's, chit-chatting. Mind you, I'm not saying dude's a bad person, all right? I'm not gonna say that he's bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you meet people, when they bad, you can tell, like, straight off top, I don't like you. I'm not gonna get along with you. Him as personality-wise, cool guy, right? Nice guy. But when it comes to mentoring, okay, this is where I had an issue. All right, so I'm a grown man. He's a grown man. We know we got to be in this truck together. We need to start off on a good foot, a good foot, and be in stride to last out, 30 days. Like, if you know you're gonna be on a truck with somebody, there's no need to cause any problems, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe he just didn't get along with the other dude, right? So he commenced talking. We, chit-chatting, I can tell he's kind of a pushy guy. But who ain't? It's his truck, and he's an older man, and he, wants it his way. So I'm looking at it like, all right, I can understand that. I'm not the type of person to look at somebody and be like, you need to change. I'm gonna say, be you, right? But understand that you're working at in a different aspect. This is something else that you don't need to bring personal feelings out. You need to look into it as you being a mentor, right? So that's how we talking. I'm telling him, hey, you're a mentor. You know, sometimes it's hard to do. I understand. You know, certain people don't match up, and you are who you are, and they are who they are. Sometimes it don't match up. So I'm thinking maybe it just didn't match. I'm already skeptical because dude gave me this. So I'm trying to, you know, I just need to get my 200 hours done. Period. That's all I'm thinking. Get these 200 done. Get your truck. Get on regional, and start getting out here, getting this money, and getting to this job and getting this time rolling, right? So I said I can deal with it, you know. So we get out, get in the truck. Everything's cool. We get rolling, and you know, it's certain little things, little, you know, start off. He's walking by, he's been driving for a long time. He's been at this company for about 4 years. So he knows certain people. And so he goes, oh, what's up? How you doing? Da, da, da. And then people's going, oh man, I'm sorry, you gotta go with this guy. Jokingly, this and that. But who jokes like that? You know, like after a while you start, everybody says it. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for you. He's not easy. I don't know. This and that. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, why does everybody always got something negative to say? Like, they say, oh, but he'll train you well. Yeah, I mean, come on, you know, like, there's good trainers that train Olympic athletes, but they was fucking rapists. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're a good trainer doesn't mean you're a good person. So I'm like, all right, everybody got the same narrative about this dude. He even says to me, I am kind of a dick. I am kind of a jerk sometimes, da da. I'm like, I mean, it can't be too bad because I can be one too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just be two jerks, two dicks, you know, cussing each other out down the street. If you come off the handle to me. So you see me out back in the hotel, you know where this is going, but I gotta give y'all the rundown. Y'all gotta hear this. So I'm out, we riding, you know, we go to our first stop, everything's cool. Well, he drives for a certain amount of time, then we stop, then I drive for a certain amount of time, and you know, I'm trying to get accustomed to the truck. I've trained on a truck to get my license, but I've never been on a time schedule to do anything. So I'm kind of getting the feel of the truck, which I'm not a bad driver. You know, I got background of driving big trucks. I'm not scared of anything in a truck, but still have to not look at things. That's where people make mistakes. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I've done this, drove in a big truck before. I'm good. And then you break something, or you run somebody off the road, or you run yourself off the road. I know these things because I've dealt with these things. I've rode in big trucks. I've rode in school buses. I've had accidents. So I'm looking like, all right, and accidents were my fault. But I've had accidents. When you thinking everything's cool, it's not. Somebody can hit you at any moment. Somebody can veer over in your lane at any moment. You have to be cautious, and you have to understand the situations that you in. So this is my mind state that I'm giving y'all. I don't know what this dude is thinking. So I'm driving, and my mind state is gradually grow into this, position. Like, gradually grow into it. Don't just jump into it thinking that, yeah, you used to drive for the city, you all good. So that's what I'm doing. Let me gradually get to it. I don't want him thinking that I'm gonna just go balls to the wall as soon as I get in the seat. Not happening. I don't want him thinking that I'm an unsafe driver. I'm gonna start off, and I'm gonna be cautious about it. He starts hinting words. This is my first day. It's not even my first hour in the truck driving yet. He starts hinting off. Before we left, he kind of hinted to it. I like to go fast. So he hints off as I'm driving for the first hour ever driving on expressway in a semi, pulling a 53-foot trailer. And he goes, we can go faster than this. You ain't gotta go this slow. I'm like, all right, cool. I get it. Can't go faster than this. So I start going faster. Take off. I'm doing, in my knowledge, I'm doing at a certain speed. I'm going 62. The trucks go 65, by the way. Just keep that in mind. I'm going 62, 60, 63, 62. I'm around in that area, right? I'm not hitting max yet. I'm not just going 65 miles while straight down the street, throwing cruise control. I'm out of here. I'm good. I ain't got no worries. Nah, it wasn't like that. So I'm doing this. I'm driving 62, 63. You know, back up and down, up and down. All right. He keeps telling me, mind you, as I'm 62, 63, you can go faster than that. You can go faster than that. We gotta go. We gotta keep going. I'm looking like, we are going. Like, I don't understand where you trying to get to. I don't know if you trying to go to, this thing got a jetpack on the back and we need to pick up speed so we can shoot off, or, you know, like Back to the Future, I gotta be at 70 something miles per hour so we can go back to the future. I don't know what you trying to do, sir. But what I'm trying to do is gradually learn this, you know what I'm saying? So as I'm trying to get familiar with the truck, like any other human being would, he steadily keeps saying, you can go faster than this. You 63, you go 65. This is a 70 mile an hour area. You can go 70 in this area. The trucks go 65. Why are you so worried about 70? If I could go 65, which I have been off and on, if you ever drove a car, you hit 65, right? And then it drop down to 64. And you do 63, and then at a certain point you jump up to 65, and then you pass up slow cars as you see for your comfort level. They're going a little too slow. They're going about 60. I'm going about 63. I'm gradually getting closer. I slide over and then I go, right? That's how I drive. I don't know about nobody else. I'm not nobody else, and I'm not gonna try to be nobody else. So this is my mind state. While he's telling me all this stuff, mind you, it don't let you use GPS. Which didn't bother me none. I don't care. I can look at the GPS before we pull off, write down the interstate I need to take, write down the exits I need to take to get on what interstate to go in what direction, south, north, whatever. I can do that. And as I'm going, if I see that I'm getting a little close, I start seeing the sign, boom. I can pick up my notepad, I can look at it, bing, put it down, and I know where I'm going. Easy. I play Grand Theft Auto. I know how to get around. I don't need no GPS, or I don't, you know, like, come on. Like, you gotta be stupid. Find the directions, write down what you need to do, write down the exits, and then you good. I don't need no GPS. I guess he thought that I was just gonna be asked out. But me not having a GPS and me having to write this stuff down, sometimes in driving a truck, which y'all should know, you can only drive for a certain amount of time. So every 8 hours, you got to take a 30-minute break. I don't even remember ever like driving for 4 hours, taking a break for 30, 45 minutes or so, getting back in the truck, starting back up. He straight up just drove 4 straight hours, 5 hours or whatnot, straight to wherever we going, pick the stuff up, save the time. He's doing all this stuff. I'm using my time. I'm driving. So pick the stuff up, get it, boom, we out of here, we going. Not even saying, didn't eat breakfast. We didn't eat nothing before we left. Picked me up, we just straight out going. Didn't stop, didn't say you hungry, didn't say nothing, right? Don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you. All they care about is the miles. They care about how many miles you can drive. That's all they care about. So I'm thinking, and this dude's already on the wrong foot. He ain't even come to me correctly. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of training is this? But I'm just going with it. So I'm driving 4 straight hours while he's badgering about 63, 64, or whatever, 65 miles per hour. He's just continuously talking about it for 4 hours or whatever, so long that I was driving. And after a while, I said, man, maybe he just doing it because I'm not saying nothing back. I'm not saying nothing to him, but I want to get my hours done. I don't want to cause no conflict. I got to be in the truck with this man. It's the first day, and I already want to say something. So I said, all right. Mind you, I'm just gonna let it slide. We are having these conversations here and there. So I just keep going. And then you can just tell his little bipolarness kicks in or whatever's going on. So he just gets mad about everything. He yells at cars left and right, honks the horn at people as they doing certain things. They might be going too slow, whatever the situation. He's blowing his air horn, acting like a fucking complete idiot. But then he wants me to do this faster. Like, alright, I could tell he's a little off. I could tell he got a little, something in his blood, some chemical imbalance, something going on. So I'm like, alright, dealing with a different type of person, y'all. Dealing with a whole different type of person. So what I do is just lock down, shut down. That's what I do, shut down. Before you do anything erratic, shut down, just let it go. Calculate some shit, talk to some people, figure something out. Cause you can get out the truck, but you don't want to be 4 or 5 hours out and then turn around and do 4 or 5 hours out back. So I'm gonna ride this out. Tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm gonna see. Next day, y'all, it was worse, man. It was worse. It was 10 times worse. He's all irritated about whatever it is that I did. I don't know what the fuck. I've been on the truck for 2 days. He's irritated about me driving at 63 miles per hour. Mind you, I've backed up countless times. No problem. Didn't have him tell me nothing. I backed up, angle backed up. Boom, straight. Everything. Anything that you can think of, me turning and backing up, any type of maneuver, I had it. I can drive a truck, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So there's no issues, y'all. No issues. We get to our destination, whenever we wake up, get to our destination. He's a nobody, mind you, he didn't brush his teeth. I had to basically make him let me go in and brush my teeth and wash my face and shit, right? So he's all trying to rush out to get me to get my hours going, right? He wants me to always just use all my hours, be on top, get your hours. You want me to use my hours and my hours for you, right? So he's trying to push me, trying to whip me like a fucking donkey, right? I'm sensing it. So, get down to the little shipper, the place that we're going. Here you go. Ah, man, we can't find a trailer. Mind you, I back it right up to the door. Bing, he helped me out a little bit. Turn it, shut up. I got this. He just want to feel important, I guess. So I hit it, boom. And then, do what we do. He kind of showed me how to, unhook and get a new trailer and this and that, and not kind of show me, but go through the motions. He training me to do it, right? We take off, and this is where I take out. This is where it gets good. I know I've been blabbing, but I had to set you up. Get our trailer. We get to the first place that we dropping. Drop that. It's a drop and hook. Drop the trailer. We went to another location. Got an empty trailer. We pulling out. I make a right. As soon as I make a right, I go out. Get out the back where the place is at, and I make a right on the street. Hit the light. Make a right. 55 miles an hour. All right. I'm doing 53, and mind you, I'm just taking off. I'm building up to 53. I'm just driving. You know what I'm saying? I'm not focused on how fast I should go, how slow I'm going, none of that, right? Take off. First thing out of his mouth, why are you going 53? It's 55. This is the heat check. I gotta give him a heat check. Find out where he at with it. I know he's gonna try to come back with something, and I was already loaded. I had a whole Uzi ready to unload. So I heat checked it. That's your pet peeve, ain't it? Me doing 2 miles under the speed limit. It's your pet peeve. You can't stand it, right? He goes off. He starts saying all kind of, trying to right, thinking he's gonna scare me. Like I'm supposed to be. I just start laughing. Like I knew it. I knew the second that I said something about his little nagging, he's gonna try to blow up, like puff his chest up and try to scare me. And I looked at him. I said, all right. So I'm quiet for another, 45 minutes. Quiet. I don't say nothing. He's just rambling off, saying stuff, thinking that he got me, like he punked me or something. The whole time I'm thinking, do you want to get off this truck, and where are we going? I've already checked my GPS and everything. We stopped because I had to stop. I didn't eat that morning. Mind you, I brushed my teeth, rushed me on the truck, we take off. 10:30, we out of there. I didn't eat nothing. And at this time, it's like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I didn't eat nothing all day. I had to ask him, can I get something to eat? Right? So this is on the way back as I'm driving. So we drive probably an hour from that place after he tries to go off about me asking him about the 55. We get to a spot because I basically made him take me to get something to eat. We get something to eat. We ain't in there that long. Grab something, boom, 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 get something to eat. And in my mind, I'm already thinking, I don't think I want to be in this truck, so I'm gonna have to check him. I got to tell him about himself for what he said back there, thinking that I was a child. I don't know what he thinking, but I don't want to be in this truck. Okay, let's find out where we going so I don't get stranded in no man's land before I do so. Look, bam, 4 hours away from Columbus, Ohio terminal. That's 3 hours away from my house. So if they send me home to wait on my trainer, wait on my mentor, I can do that. Or they can leave me here, I can do that. So I said, all right, 4 hours. I'll drive probably another hour and then I'm gonna bring it up. That means I'm getting my hours and I'm on my way. We going towards Columbus, 70. We on Interstate 70, I-70, straight through Columbus. I see this is where we're going. We're going to Arizona with this trailer we got. So we're going all the way to Arizona. Arizona's a long way from here. So I'm like, do I want to pass Columbus and just go another couple thousand miles to Arizona? Or do I want to clown this dude, tell him about himself, and go to Columbus, Ohio, and get me a new trainer? See where I'm at. So I make the executive decision, and I said, what makes you want to be a trainer? Why'd you want to be a trainer? This is after driving for hours, so now I'm only 2 hours away. I'm only somewhat 2 hours away, close to 2.5. What made you want to be a trainer? My time was running low. Only had like an hour and a half left on my clock. And so it's okay, just set it up. Hour and a half on my clock. I would drive long enough to be at least an hour and a half away from Columbus, Ohio. Okay, that means when I wake up in the morning, I can be right Columbus, Ohio. So I'm like, all right, now I can tell them. Now I can say something because I'm close enough where I ain't far away. So I said, what made you want to be a trainer? So I can train people, so I can teach people how to do this and this and that. I said, well, you ain't too good at it because you get annoyed by the slightest little things. And to be a mentor, those things gotta bounce off of you. You gotta have duck feathers to somebody doing 63 in a truck that only goes 65, especially if it's the second day, first day. Why does that bother you so much? Do you actually want to be a trainer? Is this something that you want to do, or is it something that you feel you have to do because of the money and things that you need to take care of at home? Is those obligations making you do something that you're not mentally capable of doing? Because if so, you can talk about it, man. I'm a grown man. You ain't gotta constantly badger me and go back and forth with me. Not even go back and forth, but constantly barrage me with a whole bunch of nitpicking things like a woman. You know what I'm saying? You can come to me and talk to me, man. You don't want to do this? I know you don't. He's like, yeah, if you don't want to be on my truck, here he goes with this, trying to jump the gun. Nah, we gonna get to the bottom of this one. You got me on here. You ain't got none of these other dudes that's just gonna fake the funk and then hop off the truck. Oh, I got an emergency. Take me back to the terminal. Blah blah blah. Just to get off the truck. Nah. You dealing with me. I'm about to get to the nitty gritty. We're gonna get into your mental, right? So I'm reading this dude, and he's like, I said, nah, I ain't talking about getting off the truck. I ain't even talking bad to you, man. I'm just asking you a straight man-to-man, honest question. do you want to be a trainer? Because to me, it feels that you have a short temper. You quick to be bothered by the slightest of things, which I've backed this truck up, no problem. I put it at on a door, no problem. I've backed up at an angle at nighttime at a truck stop, no problem. I've turned corners, left corner, right corner, no problem. You know, I ran over one curb, and everybody runs over that curb at the shipper that I dropped off. This is when we dropped off a trailer. I ran over, just slightly ran over, but they had rocks right there because everybody does it. It's just one of them curves, it's tight, and when you come around, it's hard to go out. You might need to clip it. Everybody clips it. I'm not the only one. So that's the only thing I did was run over a curb, and there was rocks right there because everybody does it so much. So come on, you know. And he was like, well, you going slow, and I'm on the time. I'm fighting the clock. Blah 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 blah. This ain't your friend, and you ain't getting where I'm coming from. I'm not getting mad at you. I'm just telling you. So I told him, I said, look, man, look, I get where you're coming from. I get what you're saying, but you also gotta understand, I've only been on the truck 2 days. Ain't nobody gonna get on this truck and be fully comfortable. And then he ran off with that. Well, you could have told me you weren't comfortable. I said, I didn't say I was uncomfortable. I said, I'm not fully comfortable. I'm not all the way to a point where I can just feel that I can just make these turns at 65 on cruise control and believe that I'm not gonna flip. Not saying that anybody ever has or you're gonna allow me to, but how I know what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You might want me to flip this motherfucker. I don't know. You might not be happy with your life. I don't know what's going on. So I'm being cautious in my mind where I'm at. So what I do, I just let him know, look, man, if you don't want to be a trainer, don't be a trainer, man. But don't put people on your truck that you gonna make feel like they less of a person. He said, well, I ain't make you feel like less of a person. So that's the problem. If you don't know what you're doing, you just saying stuff, insinuating that you just gonna be able to say it, get away with it. And I probably ain't the only one you've done it to, but I'm probably the only one that's gonna sit here and man to man tell you this might not be for you, bro. You might need to go do something else or just drive by yourself. I always tell people, okay, you gotta want to do this mentor stuff. Truck drivers, 9 times out of 10 are people that can be alone, that can be in their own mind, that have a different mind frame than somebody that always wants to be in the public's eye or in you know, seen or being around a whole bunch of people. You gotta be different. So what I did is I just told him, look, you might not have the mentality. That's just might be what it is. And he's like, man, you looking at it all wrong. I'm trying to teach you, and this not something. Now you trying to tell me. You ain't teach me. You ain't taught me nothing. Matter of fact, while I'm driving, we trying to find somewhere to sleep, and I've been hearing more about 63 miles per hour than I have. Where the hell we trying to go? Where we going? What exit is it? Where we going? I know you said we're going to a Target, and old Target and all of that. You ain't told me to exit. You ain't told me nothing. We ain't even came up with a plan. You just pulled it up and said, this is where we need to be going. And do you think you can make it there? Because you be basically saying, because you drive so slow. We're going an hour down the street. Like, you chill out. Like, are you kidding me? Like, so I'm like, man, look, I'll make it down. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it down there. Plus, making it down there, we're gonna have 45 minutes or more to do that. Mind you, he never used GPS. So what happens when you don't use GPS? You come across wrecks, traffic, construction, all of that. What the GPS would do, trucker GPS, it'll take you around those. It'll reroute you, take you down a back road, and you'll be right back on the interstate. You won't even have to sit in traffic. We got caught up in so many damn wrecks, so much traffic jams, so many construction sites. So I'm sitting there like, man, this dude really ain't getting a bigger picture because he's so stuck on, I'm a dick, I'm a this, and not knowing mentally you ain't even ready for this, man. Like, you ain't ready for it. Like, ain't nobody trying to constantly hear somebody badger about 63 miles an hour and this truck that only goes 65, especially when they trying to learn something. Teach me something. Teach me how to do the Qualcomm. Teach me how to do certain things in the Qualcomm. You know what I'm saying? Teach me those things. Teach me the paperwork. Teach me all of the things, the ins and outs. You see that I can drive this truck. I don't give a fuck how fast I'm going. You can teach. You see I can drive. So all you need to do is put me in a situation where I'm more polished on things that comes with driving the truck. And so this is how I'm running it down to them. You know, so I'm just telling them what needs to be said. I ain't yelling at them. I'm just telling them to be a mentor. And then they ask me, what is a mentor? Y'all know I had to get him, y'all. Y'all know I had to get him. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. So I said, look, you know what a mentor is? A mentor, I might be wrong. I might be just saying something. But a mentor is a mentality. So they say mentor. Might be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I'm going to just say this. A mentor would be a mentality of a person. Right? A mentor would be, say like a police officer. You don't get the badge and then become a police officer. You already a police officer before you get the badge. The badge just gives you the authority. You ever met a dude and he just all stand-uppish and he cut his hair, you know, just acts like a police officer. Like, man, I don't really trust this dude. You know, and he's everything he wants to do, everything by the book. He can be a police officer. You know what I'm saying? That's just his mentality. You ever met a person that you can talk to, that you can sit down, he can tell you the ins and outs, the rights and the wrongs, things that you should do, things that he's done that you shouldn't do, and if you are coming across those things, to come to him and then he'll guide you through it. That's a mentor. That's a mentor. A mentor is basically, whether you're a mother or father, a man or woman, it's a good mother and a good father. That's a mentor in any stage of life. Anybody that could tell you something with good intent, without malice, without snarkiness behind what they're saying. If I was a mentor and somebody was going slow, right? Say second day, which I wouldn't say nothing, but he's going 63, the truck goes 65, right? And I wanted him to be able to go 65 with no problem. I would just tell him, look, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna let you do for the first few times. You're doing good. You're doing perfect. You fine. I mean, I'm glad that you in my truck. You've been driving this thing. You ain't had no issues. That's no questions. I'm gonna teach you about everything. But to get a little faster, I want you to be able to drive 65 without, being nervous about these curves. Some of these curves, you ain't got to worry about them. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You don't want to drive it, and you don't want to take a curve doing something that you feel uncomfortable. You're not going that fast, but you might feel you're going that fast. I want you to work on, I'm going to let you do your thing. But as we gradually go, man, just try to get that 65. Get comfortable doing that 65. It's trucker holder. We ain't that heavy. You know what I'm saying? But as you go on, we got time. We'll get there. That's how I would do it. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect mentor, but I'm just saying that's how I would do it. Not needling, prod and poke to make them feel they're doing something wrong when it's really not even that bad. A mentor will be somebody that you could talk to after you get your 200 hours. So that's what I ask them. Do anybody call you? Has anybody ever called you after you got them off your truck? I mean, I don't know, that's not your business. I'm just saying, that's what a mentor is. You ask me what a mentor is. A mentor is somebody that even without teaching them a lesson, they still want to associate with you because you hold so much knowledge that you can convey in a proper manner. You know what I'm saying? Not just, oh, you a dumbass. Why you doing that? You a dumbass. And that's what a bad mentor, a bad father, a bad mother would do to their own kids, to anybody. They know that you shouldn't do it, but you might not. You might be making a mistake the same one they did, that they already learned, but they call you a dumbass for doing it. That's not the way to teach, especially with somebody you don't know. So he asked me, and I told him, and he was looking, oh man, you calling me, but I might just be my last person because you out here telling me I'm a bad mentor, and you're gonna be my last, da 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 da. So I'm looking at him like, man, look, I ain't telling you how to do your job. I'm just telling you, maybe this ain't for you. Simple and plain. Maybe this ain't for you. Just like I told you before when I got in here, this ain't for me. And then while I'm doing this, he's gonna keep on looking straight, talking about, oh, you going 60 and a 55. I said, but back there, you told me to do 60 and a 55. He said, you can, but nah. Now you want to try to be super duper right on the nose guy now. But do 65 and a 70, even if you're uncomfortable. Do 55 and a 55. Even though I told you can do 60 and a 55. But now I want to try to get you because I'm hitting it on the nose so much. You want to try to get me with doing 60 and a 55. And then as I'm doing 60, I'm still dropping to 58, 57. So y'all mentors out there, man, y'all see who I work for. Y'all see me out there. If y'all going across my videos, I ain't putting no names out, but I'm gonna tell y'all, at least have the mentality to be a mentor. Don't just hop in that truck thinking, I'm gonna get these extra couple dollars. I'm gonna get this dude on my truck for a month or so, and I'm gonna throw him out here, collect that money, get another one. We ain't no circus act. This ain't no circus act. This ain't no conveyor belt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a product. I'm a human being. So if you're gonna put these people on your truck and have that person on your truck so you can get paid, because that's what's happening, you need to treat everybody out here, all these rookies, with some respect. Bottom line. You don't want to treat them with no respect, then don't become a mentor, period. Or shut the fuck up. Sit over, unless they trying to kill you and they can't drive and you really need to be up alert. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck how bad I might sound. Shut up. Y'all was happy y'all motherfuckers ain't doing nothing anyway. Your life ain't no better than nobody else's. You just got the seniority and the time, and somebody allowed you to be a mentor. Somebody that's been driving for 1 year, 2 years can become a mentor. It's not no type of hierarchy position. You ain't nobody special. So if you talking to me bad, I'm gonna check you. I'm gonna come back at you. I'm gonna let you know about yourself. I'm gonna ask you about yourself. What do you really want to do? What are you really doing this for? I'm not about to yell at you, cuss at you, act no damn fool the way you want me to act. You know what I'm saying? You see my skin color. You want me to act it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it on you, and I'm gonna ask you about yourself. Why you acting like a buffoon? Why you acting like a damn fool sitting over there? You 50-something years old, man. Know what you want to do and know what you got to do before you do it. Period. And that's to every single one of these mentors out here. If you're gonna be somebody's mentor, I already had a mentality to be one. If not, move the fuck out the way. And it's Wheezy, man. Holla.